Okay. Yeah, thanks for the reply. So I'm Eugene and I'm from Updeco Interior Design Studio as Upstate. Me and Ken and I together we are in this field around for 8 years past. So we would like to take this opportunity to share some of uh, our experience and also what we have faced, what we should do for the next future client, customer, and such. And also some of the brief explanation of what is ID. You can see there are two QR codes here. Please scan them. We have a small game afterwards, which will have some prizes also. But you will need our QR code to send to us the PM us what are the things to get the rewards laterwards. So we are all here to gain some knowledge, as just like we are still trying to sort this Zoom thing out, learning some new things, although it's quite common in CMCO. Yeah, I'll go straight to the point. So everyone have scanned. So this talk, this sharing session, we would mainly focus on three items. So briefly, we will go through what is ID, interior design. What is the purpose or benefit of having an interior designer to have all these things sorted out before proceeding to renovation works. And lastly would be some of our experience in meeting the clients. Okay, so what is interior design? It is a very integral part in renovating houses nowadays. Without ID, your houses would look just plain, which is okay for some of us. But if you are having the luxury or an option to live in better spaces or better room houses, everyone will love that. So in interior design, our first step would be like to the customer, what we are doing, we would present a 2D layout plan. So in the 2D layout plan for residential wise, it would be the arrangement of how the furniture and how the rooms should look like. So example, how the dining table should be placed, sofa, in which wall the TV wall panel should be hang up. So these are all little things that would plays a part in your final drawing view. So okay, for commercial, the 2D layout plan is important in how they would manage the spaces for staff and customer. So a good example is I'm sure all of you have heard before, it would be Starbucks and McDonald's. So McDonald's have their restaurant planned out in which way the customer have to line up one behind each other in front of the counter. So once they taken their food, their order, they would just exit the place or find a way to sit down. But the point is the next customer will come up. So at the McDonald's shop, the thing is the customer would be keep on coming and going. It's a fast food restaurant, so their main purpose is to have quantity. Okay, so we look at Starbucks. In Starbucks, they have their customer line up side by side. So and they would display the some of the dessert, cookies or some cards to offer to sell to the customer, and that is their purpose. Instead of having the customer to rush in and go out, so they would have their customers stay there for a longer time to maybe just take a view and maybe have a chance to sell them. Okay, so after that, we will present the 3D drawing. 3D drawings are like like the designs, which I will show them later to you. How things will look like in the actual way, in the actual final product, what we call. Okay. So in residential one, normally we focus on these three design, minimalism, modern, and Scandinavian, which I would also go through them quickly, briefly later. Commercial wise, normally industrial and authenticity. And the remarks when we are dealing with customer for residential unit, they would normally focus on budget. And normally that is the main concern. For commercial wise would be the time frame. Imagine a shop lot which is under renovating. A month each, every month the rental is above a few Ks. So yeah, that would be in another way, it would be the budget also, but in the long run. So flow of interior designing. Normally, we are the first one who the client engage, or we would have to look for customers who are looking for interior designing to their house. We would plan out the whole thing for them, but first we have to like measure, like taking some details from them, such as how many kids they have, what type of design they like, what color, how many rooms they want, all those little things, including what is their future. Maybe they are planning to have another baby, or what we are going to sort all these little items out, and then only to provide a few designs, maybe one or two designs for them to choose from. That is the designing part. So after the designing part, the drawings all they are confirmed, we would hand them up to the builders, and we would have the builders to build up accordingly. So the builders doesn't go through directly to client, they have to go through us. We are the one who understand how the clients think, and we are the one who can make sure the thing is done properly. So the builders, they only know how to build, and all the minor things, little details, those are the one we need to take care of. Okay, types of design. I will go through them briefly. So first is the minimalism. Okay, take a look at these photos. Actually, they are what we have. The first idea is the thing is the house is very clean and simple. It is very neat, and you don't have much stuff there. This is the minimalism concept. So you can see there are all these storage cabinets and how they keep their things out of sight. Okay, so next I will go to modern design. Modern design are like trendy design. It's not simple, but it's kind of hard to catch. How to say? Yeah, you take a look at these photos, and you can see the things they are all planned to lay out. You can they plan for modern houses, modern family. You can have all the things to lay out there, but they are keep in a neat way. Okay, industrial design. Yeah, this design are normally used in commercial, but is seldomly used in residential one. But because the industrial design, the budget would be higher a bit if compared to minimalism or modern design. These are normally found in cafes, like some of the McDonald's and Starbucks. They are also using these designs. So Scandinavian give you a feeling that is from Northern European there, somewhere between Danish and Sweden. You get the feel is kind of comfy, and take a look at the one at the left bottom corner, that one. Most of the stuff there can be get from IKEA. And that's the way we want the customer or the owner to feel like very comfy and very like to say very warm. Your house is a warm house. Yeah. So Asian Zen, which is less to be seen in Malaysia, but is also one of the common one if you compare to other designs such as maybe authenticity like that. So this design based from Japan, and from Japan they develop it through Asia, over Japan, Korea, all those things over there, and then when it reach here, it's more like mixed design of the Asians there. So imagine if you come home to the toilet at the last photo there. Yeah, that's the also Asian Zen is a very slightly higher budget design. So far would want to check. So far, would I go too fast? Yeah, I just don't want you guys to miss out anything. Or if you have a question later, you can ask. Okay, so second part of the slide is at the purpose of interior design. So these are the 5 main points we would like to share with you with an ID during the renovating work. So with the interior design. So first thing is the time and budget management. Second is that we are a one-stop specialized team because we have the advantage of having all these things planned out beforehand. So I'll go through them later. So the third one is we can take use of this drawing confirmation to minimize changes in design, so that in the midst of renovation, it won't be so much drawing changes. Yeah. And the fourth, increased property value. This is definitely having an ID would cost a few Ks, but if the thing be built up according to the ID design, the interior designing, the market value of the property would definitely be a few times higher than normal design. So the fifth one is proper space utilizing. So first one, time and budget management. In the interior designing works, once we are able to confirm everything, we would actually able to sort all these schedules out for the builders, which is going to come in for the renovating works. So actually, it would be time and budget savings. So imagine that the renovating work is going before any confirmation of drawings, or maybe the owner engage a contractor to start work once the price confirmed. Then after that, if the owner come and have a look during the renovating works, they will say, sometimes they will say this design they don't like, or maybe this wall they want to hack out additionally. These are all double jobs in our renovating terms. And we would categorize this as all the wasting time or wasting budget drag on factors. So having an ID will actually able to minimize all these risks. So it will also save time and budget if we are saying that the whole thing is built, and then the client maybe they don't like the feel of it. So we will also save some time and budget if we are able to like minimize the sudden change in ideas and design. So able to foresee and input all trades. So once we are able to confirm drawing, like I said just now, we are able to plan out all these builders builders' schedule. So builders' schedule, once they are planned out, the work can be run very smoothly. So that's what most of the client they do not know, because they do not know about how the builders they plan out their works. Yeah, because they're trades. That's why we are able to save much time if we are able to appoint an ID before renovating works. Okay, so we are a one-stop specialized team. It's also one of the benefit if we are going to engage an ID, because like I said just now, because we are able to plan out all these things, and we have our previous partner in different kind of trades working together with us. Let's say a plumbing specialist, a waterproofing specialist, or partial sealing specialist, something like that. Just an example. So once we finish this project, we are able to go to, let's say we are going to start another project at another place. We will certainly choose out and select those which are qualified to our standard and requirements, and then they would go on long-term partnership with us. That's what we can offer if we are engaging an ID. Without an ID, normally maybe general contractors they would have maybe 5 to 10 man team, which are able to deal or complete all type of trades. That's what makes us more specialized team. If we are compared to us, we are able to have the owners enjoy all kind of specialized teams workmanship, so that over the time no one will be able. So over the time there's only
kalau nak buat property guru.
Hi, this is Mr. Mabel. Was
Already mute him, bro. Sorry.
yeah. Yeah, maybe just miss out. Okay, where was I? So yeah, only the qualified and selected team are handpicked and selected by us for long-term workmanship, which we would like for the owner to enjoy, so that next time over the time we won't have all this leaking or electricity trips problem. Okay, third point, avoid change in design. So it's quite similar to the first point which I said in budget and time saving, because we are able to manage all those things. So this ID we would be able to plan out all these things. Same thing, we will also be able to have our team full swing for the works. So that's why this drawing changing thing is actually this drawing changing thing is quite common in what we are doing right now. So normal we would face a lot of owners which have sudden change in design, sudden change in drawings, which would like the renovating guy to maybe have change in design. So once we confirm all this design, it would save a lot of time, budget, to avoid all these double works, double charges. Although the cost is under owner, but in the end we still think for the owner how to save for them. Okay, so I will pass to Mr. Ken, my partner, for the following slides.
Okay, thanks, Eugene. Good afternoon, everyone. So some question, can everyone can hear me, right? Okay, I see the participant. I see Mr. Eddie, you joined the previous session also. Okay, let's cut the crap. Okay, my name is Ken. I'm in charge on the designer at this Art Deco interior design, this studio. So as I mentioned before, I was a civil engineer. and I changed to ID because of I continue the topic just now because I feel that civil engineer is the perspective is different but both civil engineer and ID also can make money of course, but the perspective of civil engineer is more on safety and engineering practice but that does not bring certification for to me to bring the like create a happiness and very beautiful things to my clients. Okay, so okay, my topic is increase the property value before and after. Okay, in other way is curate the value of property lah. Okay, can you see the photo before and after? Left and right, and white color cabinets and more lighting cabinets like after interior design come in. Okay, you can see a difference. Normally, the clients, hey bro, I got a property want to rent. 900 square feet as Tapak. What is the market price? 900 or 1,000. So normally they will ask like this, right? Then you will answer 900, 1,000. No? Then how about if I want to increase my rental to 1,500 or 1,008 or even 2,000? You have to answer, oh, you do some renovation or give some the so-called partially furnished or fully furnished, right? But that is a very common answer and everyone know it lah. So today I just bring some share my some knowledge on the interior design. So when you visit to the house and you know and you can spot the what the items that actually can bring some points to the renovation and convince the clients. So from the at the left side, actually it is quite okay lah. The white cabinet should be no problem. But when all the electronic devices like Coco, blender, all the items on board, actually you have no enough space for preparation. Yes, you have freezer just beside the gas stove, and you have basin also right beside the gas stove. Should be no problem. But when all these things come in, actually you have very insufficient space. So the right side is the after photos. After the interior design come in, you can see that after the modification, you can see very lot of like things. So you can create more beautiful environment during you enjoy your meal. And the relocation of the freezer also bring a very good space planning for you to do all the preparation at the new island there and put more display items at the display cabinets. Okay, actually we can tell the client that even be adding so many things like islands, relocation of the refrigerator, the original position of cabinet also change, but it really does not affect the space. Even you add all these things, you have more space. Like the island can actually become your preparation place, and you have more space to put your place when you cook. The home minister will very understand that. When you cook, if you have insufficient space, you need to bring the plate from the outside and come back to the gas stove and put the dishes. But now, if you have you have sufficient space, actually, you no need to kelang kabut. That's the things that ID will help you to arrange. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, we can see that before and after of the photos, actually your value will be increased by, of course, firstly, the furnitures already become one of the benefit, but the design actually bring more space. Normally the condos, the old one, have a lot of beams, a lot of the very ugly columns and very deep beams, and you can see that at the top right side, top right corner, you can see the column is very big. Because the old timer they usually use the beam slab system, but now all the market is mostly using the shear wall system. That's why nowadays the condo you cannot see, you won't see a single column, but you can see beam. Okay, so after okay, actually you can see we utilize the ugly column, like at the right bottom corner. We put a bench there, install a new split unit and ceiling. But even with the ceiling, we put down a little bit the height, reduce the height lah. But you see, actually, it's look more spaceful, is it? And the also the right bottom corner photos, you can see the beams at the left side. Bottom there, we put like the 3-seaters with L-shaped sofa and 3 photos. It actually does not feel sense of pressure because normally the Chinese don't like it. Why people need to sit below the beam. But actually it does not feel that way because we add a light there at above the beam. We call it light trough. And so you can see that actually feel more spaceful at the below the sofa also. Okay, come back to the top left corner photos. Okay, you see a very weird column and beams combination, and a little weird inside already the wall. I don't know what is the purpose of the design of architect previously, but when ID come in, actually you can see the after photo, they already utilize the place as a shoe racks, and they keep 20 cm to 30 cm below, means the shoe rack is floated one, float in the air. So you can put your, normally ID will organize your usually use things and seldom use things. So at the bottom there, they will put your shoes like slippers, like working shoes, the sneakers, or the usually used one. Okay, the next one. Proper space utilizing and planning. Okay, means next slide, please. Okay, the below 6 items are the men's item. They are indirectly connect to each others. Means everything have to be at the right place instead of like focusing on one. Okay, like placing outlets and switches. If you place at the right place, you cannot reach the items. Like usually, without ID or the client like to sendiri buat lah. And then the kitchen always happen at kitchen. The power plug is not enough, and then you have sufficient power plug, and you have to put a dangerous, very dangerous and outstanding extension like 2 to 3, 3 to 4. Okay. Another thing is that yes, maybe there is sufficient power plug, but the height is cannot reach one. Your teapot cannot go there, and your power plug cannot hit the switches there. Again, the next thing is accessibility. Means if you don't have proper arrangement of the furnitures and all the cabinets, everything, so we will sangkut at the accessibility. You will have very, very small space to pass by your, let's say, sofa, and the staircase is very near, and then your leg will kick the steps and pengkat lah, of course. Okay. Also indirectly related to the strategic placement, both of them. Means if you have very deep cabinets, but actually yes, it can put a lots of things, but you seldom you go into the end and you cannot put the you cannot access the items easily. Okay, but, next is the maximize lightings. We usually propose sufficient light at not too little and not too over, just nice. For example, where there is no light under the wall cabinets, like TV console, normally they will put the cabinets on top of the TV, right, to store more things. But actually, below the cabinets are very dark. So we will propose the lighting underneath the wall cabinets so that we can see the TV nicely lah. Won't cover by the top light, the down light at the ceiling. You will see the shadow underneath the TV. Then it's very difficult to watch your TV. The next is the circulation, so-called ventilation, especially in the kitchen. In the kitchen, if you don't install the hood, yes, it's fine. But if uh, it's fine because you have very good air ventilation, like at the high rise at 40th floor or 50th floor. But actually at like low rise, if you have very weak circulation of air, then all your asap will go from kitchen, let's say kitchen to dry kitchen to your dining hall. After dining hall, go back to your living hall and your bedroom. You can easily smell your parents' curry when you're sleeping, having a short nap inside your room, or gaming, or even studying. Okay. The last one is the defining zone. Nowadays, because of the houses square feet is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So actually the living hall and the dining hall already like combined together. Even the landed houses also combined together. It's just right beside. So the defining zones of those living hall, dining hall, wet kitchen, dry kitchens is very important. Okay, next. Okay, we will play a game here. So actually, as everyone's hearing me, right? And you guys already scanned the QR code and have our contact, is it? So basically, these games are for you to identify and spot the problems when you first visit to your client house. How to say that? Like when you go into their house, and they will ask you what happened to my house. What renovation can I do? Normally, this is the things we usually the client we meet and always met. They will ask, what can I do on this and that. So there is two photos here. And the game is like this. The first 10 person who can give 5 points of the photo where you can spot the problems and issues that need ID or the information that I shared previously to improve. We will give you the reward. But you need to WhatsApp us the 5 points. Then we will announce the reward through the WhatsApp. Okay. The 5 points have to be logic lah, of course. Don't play. Okay, each of the photos will give you 3 minutes to reply and give us the points. So everyone ready or not? I will start the clock in 5 seconds. Okay, I start now. So you have 3 minutes to identify all these 5 points. We have 2 photos. After that, I will share you what actually happened at this place as this photo. Whoever don't have didn't miss out the scanning QR code in front of the slide, I will share you my numbers and Eugene's numbers for you to WhatsApp us. Okay, we have 1 minute left. Okay, time's out. Eugene, can you please go to the next photo? Hello, Eugene. Yes, thank you. Okay, another 3 minutes. Okay, another minute. The time's up. Okay. Can you go back to the first photo? Okay. As okay, I briefly explained this photo where it's come from. It is actually one of my clients at Sabah. Okay, this is a double-story landed house which is extended at I think around 20 feet. So the previous developer did not create enough space for them. then it is renovated completed renovation at 2016. Then he find us because I am also a Sabahan, and he know me and he asked me to go and visit his house and see what can be improved. Okay, first thing when I go into his house, I take this photo and I just tell him that actually first from the first side is very messy. Okay, second thing is the table already half occupied by the items, the containers. This is a Chinese man's house, so you can, from the items, you can know that this is Chinese. So that means that insufficient of cabinets for storage purpose. So all the things have to be put on the table, and it is not really good at looking that when you have customer or clients or friends coming in. So whenever you need to eat with more than two people, you need to clean all the way the tables and put all the items and containers to other space. Okay. The third one is the refrigerator. You can see that it is located at the corner there and with no purpose. When you open the door, open the refrigerator door, actually langgar with the cabinets at the left side with the water filter there. And there is an empty space between the wall cabinet and the refrigerator. So you can see the items below actually will block the circulation, air circulation of the freezer. So when you come, when you go into the client's house, you can see this. If you see this item, this kind of situation, I think you have to suggest him or recommend him to remove all the items beside the refrigerator because it will shorten the lifetime of the refrigerator as everyone understand that if the circulation is not good at there. So the fourth thing is the wall cabinet. You can see that the location is very weird. I don't understand why they want to put the wall cabinet at there and leave some 4 to 6 inch space at the top. It's very weird. And also he tell me that the sink, the window, casement window, and outside is the so-called walkway to the hiking space, hiking area at the height behind there. So during the weekend, there is more than 50% fall and through. So you can see that a lot of people can see what are you doing at the singer, and the fencing is only 5 feet. Normal Asian height also around 5 feet already. So whoever taller than the fencing, you can see what he did in the kitchen. And okay, come to the kitchen cabinet at the right side, L shape. You can see that yes, the gas stove have a lot of space for you to cook, but it is very far from your sink and refrigerator. This is one thing, and you have no space for your preparation. Then you have to utilize your table already, and the table and already occupied half by the container. So actually, you have no space for that. Okay. My suggestion is that we have to increase more cabinets storage for this client, and we have to relocate the refrigerator. Should be this refrigerator should put beside the rice cooker there. It's more convenient. So okay, actually have a lot things to tell them. You can tell them that the first thing is the table already halfly occupied, and the L-shaped cabinet have insufficient space for preparation, and all the sabolangchang, the wok or the ketchup is not placed properly, and the left side wall cabinet actually is like fully display cabinets already because all the items is there. Should put more covered one, not the open one or the glass one, so your items can be stored inside nicely. Okay, the fourth thing is the refrigerator location is not a strategic one. Will cause it will reduce down your lifetime of your refrigerator and kelang kabut during your preparation. Okay, the next one. Okay, this is the bedroom. Same client, because they extended 20 feet from the boundary, right, from the existing building. So actually, this is one of the master bedroom. It's very huge. Is yes, looks nothing, looks okay, but it's too spaceful. Right. This is a very big empty space. You can fit about 10 people to do yoga, but it's not necessary because you only sleep, right? You're not doing something so excited at your room. And maybe you can utilize the space to create a walk-in wardrobe. You guys know what is walk-in wardrobe, right? Like the wardrobe has a room there. You can walk in and choose your clothes, do your dressing there. So actually, at the empty space there, hanging some clothes, you can you can design a walk-in wardrobe. Okay, and somehow the fan is the room is so big, but only one fan and one aircon. One aircon still can accept lah, but one fan is a bit because usually people won't open the aircon all day lah. They will open some fan to create air circulation, more windy. But actually there is only one fan, and the room is too big. And actually you can create another 2 rooms or 3 for this space. Okay. The next one. I will pass back to Eugene.
Hi. Yeah, okay, thanks, Ken. So like we said just now, those who WhatsApp us will have will save their number and we will find out who will be having the answers correctly, and we will have some prizes for them lah. But that one we'll go through afterwards. So last part of the sharing, our experience when we meet clients. So we have categorized them into two major parts, two major types of client. So the first one would be clients that have no ideas, absolutely no designing sense, or have just a little bit of sense, and the other type which is very good at them. So maybe the second type would be maybe ID guy, or maybe they are owner who who usually buy and sell using the ID during the renovation work or something like that. So they normally deal with that. So when we meet the first type, which have no ideas or little ideas, we we can tell them these 3 main things. So first we would tell them what are the main purpose, main benefit if we engage an ID throughout the whole renovating job. So these are just summary of what we have gone through just now. So time management, and that we can guarantee the outcome. So the second would be how we can control the budget, manage to manage their budget, and also how to manage their time. So second thing, we talk to the client, we show them some of the 3D designs. So like those design I show you just now, when we are going through all the designing things, actually we can get all this design in Google also. Even if you go on Google image, you just type in modern design, there are plenty of photos to choose from. So for Malaysian style, it's quite near to Asian style, modern style, minimalist or modern trendy design. Those design don't those design won't run like too many things differently. So they hold quite the same design sense. So from there, you choose a few designs which are quite common for all the residential units or made for landed and condos high rise. And then during when you meet up with the client, you can show them this design. These are the designs we are managed to do for the clients so that they can how they can get the what is the final product they will get. Next thing in the display 3D design, we will help them analyze all these little details, like what is their favorite color, what is their how many sons, daughter, what is the future planning for maybe how many babies, how many member of the family is going to stay here until how many years, something like that. So from there, we would make out a brief like designs from there to show them. If the client is buying it for investment, for like investment unit, for residential, we can show them how we can going to partition up walls and make new rooms. Partition up walls are very easy, but the tricky part is after partition up or after making a new room, so the remaining areas would be what we call common areas. So those for the common area, we need to plan up properly so that after we partition up a room, there are still plenty of spaces for the common activities. And another one, complete in schedule, is for commercial unit. So I can say almost 50-60% of commercial unit which are going to have customer walk in, normally they will have ID to plan out the whole thing. So yeah, one more thing is that you can get the final product in the schedule. So lastly, for those the second type of customer, which maybe an interior designer or someone who dealt a lot with them, so we can offer them, we can let them know what we can offer to them. So types of package available. So let's say the budget of the customer is around 10K to 15K just for the renovating works. We can have designs that are suitable for those amount of budget. So maybe you can have a condo with just normal planned out kitchen cabinet with a house tabletop, something like that. Maybe a single unit wardrobe instead of a built-in wardrobe. So maybe 25 to 30K example, we can have some of the drawings show that we have all this built-in display rack, quartz tabletop with marble effect. These are just very just ideas I would just throw out to you guys. So after that, the second point we can show them is that we can have our own company project reference, company profile to show to the customer, since they have ideas of how they are going to design for the unit. We don't need to talk so much on the designing part. We would just skip through the designing part because they have already an idea, and we go through straight to the point. So what we are able to offer, so maybe they are just comparing around within companies, we can show them what are our strengths, what we have done, and we also have show unit. They can go and take a look if they are interested. Samples, all these things. Yeah, these are what we are going to talk to them if the customer is have some sense, good sense in ID. So last part is that if the owner, because for clients like this, they would select very fast. They would go through, okay, maybe A, B, C, and then maybe just confirm the designer next day or what. So to tackle this type of owner, we need to nail down what are their weakness. So most of humans' weakness is money. So we are going to give rebate, or let's say how many units they are going to do. If we are going for investment unit, maybe we have some designs for maybe 10 to 20 units, different design, Muji designs, such as that. So for a huge quantity, we are able to provide discount. So for ID, let's say they are going to for one panel. So after the ID designing part, if they are going to appoint the same team as the project panel for the renovating one, so definitely there are another rebate there. So these are what we are going to tell the experienced customer to how. So these are the techniques on how we are going to nail down our sales. Okay, so I think so that's all. And any question, so don't be shy, you can ask at the chat there, and we'll see how we can help to answer them.
I have a question, Eugene.
Yeah, please.
For built-in wardrobe or built-in kitchen cabinet, roughly how much is the cost? Yeah.
Okay. So
do you all actually calculate the cost?
Yes. Very good question, Ops. Okay, for an example, kitchen cabinet, let's say we are going for melamine particle chipboard. This is the most common one with a laminate at the outer side. So for kitchen cabinet, we divide into two types. So one is the wall hanging part cabinet, and the other is the base cabinet at the bottom of the tabletop. The wall type, normally the width is around 300 to 350. So it's roughly slightly more than 1 feet depth. From there, the width is around 2 panels is for around 900. So for kitchen cabinet, we calculate using feet. For wall hanging cabinet, the price is around 150 per square feet. Sorry, per foot run. 150 per foot run. So for base cabinet, is the depth is around 400 to 450, which is thicker a bit, and per foot run for the base cabinet is around 170 to 180. So these are the prices which we are able to get direct from factory, because we are so used to their works. These are the price we are going to get a cheaper price compared to customer price. Just for you guys to maybe to remember, I'll write down at the chat there. You can take a look there in case you missed out just now.
Okay. Another thing, Eugene. If let's say a prospect, a client asks us roughly how much would it cost to fully furnish their unit, what is your suggestion meaning to make the unit look nice lah? Roughly how much is the cost?
Okay, so for, let's say we are talking about a very common unit, condos in KL. The designing fee alone is around 2 to 3K. It depends on the square feet of the unit and the location of the unit, which won't be quite, the range won't be quite high, but it is still there. The range is there, 2,000 to 3,000. And the rebate, after we appoint the renovating, after you appoint us as the renovating panels, the rebate is fixed at 60%. So for a unit to be looked until normal, able to move in with slightly design, I would say with fully furnished, the cost is around 20K. The cost is around there.
Okay, thank you, bro. Any other question from the floor?
Yeah, please don't feel shy to ask. We will try to help and share what we know to you guys so that we can learn as much as we can.
Yep.
If you guys feel shy, right, there is our number, so you can text us personally to have we can
Hi.
try our best.
Possible to send us a list of what you have just mentioned, so easy for us to quote our clients as well, Mr. Eugene. Hello?
Hi, sorry, just now muted. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
heard I heard what you say. Because
Oh,
there
yeah.
are, yeah, you finish first.
Possible if we can get a list, a list lah. I see a few things typed down there. I mean, if we have a clear list that we can like forward, that would be nice, because it's quite a detailed way of charging people lah.
Okay. Thank orders. So I actually we have that list also, but we keep to ourselves. I'll just have to sort them out, list them in an Excel file, item by item, and I will share it with you guys after I have written all these things down.
Thank you very much, boss.
Yeah. No problem. Good, I can help.
But
Yeah,
Eugene, but
it's actually Mr. Kai, not
Mr.
Orex. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's actually Mr. Kai.
Hi, Mr. Kai. I want to mention that actually we don't provide the food runs prices. We will just this is for our on knowing only. For the
Okay.
client side, we will just provide the lump sum
Okay.
amount. So they will not know our price lah. This is PNC one lah.
Okay. Yeah, understand.
Okay, thanks for your question.
All right. If there's no more question from the floor, once again, we would like to thank Eugene and Kane for sharing with us about the basic of interior design. Can we have a round of applause for them, please?
Thank you very much, Eugene.
Okay, so that's it for Eugene and Kane's session. If you have any issue or any question in regards to interior design, always you can just give them a text and then they will